with everything inspected where we want it to be, we got to take it apart one more time because now we're at the final stage.
It is a dial with an SUV going downhill. That is your downhill assist.
Good morning and welcome to episode 2 of Project V-Notch. Today we're actually going to throw in for a twist. We are not going to do the front bumper because I'm actually still waiting on an extra pair of hands. There's a lot of work right there. Regardless the size of that bumper with the winch, it's a lot of weight and it's something I'm trying not to tackle by myself. And there's a few more items that's going to get done to the whole front. So it's going to actually be a bigger job than the rear bumper. So I'm gonna put that on pause for a second. We're going to go ahead and go to the next step. So for episode 2, we're going to go ahead and replace the factory rock sliders, and rocker guards, and we're going to install some rock sliders. Some more steps, but they do act like rock sliders. And let me go ahead and show you. In fact, as long as I'm here, I got one right here. We're going to go ahead and install these side steps, rock sliders by Hook Road. And super easy to install. They've got 2 mounting points, one at the front, one at the rear, and it's got 3 secure locations at each point. You got 2 on the pinch weld and 1 on the body, which is like very, very common. Even though most people confuse it to be the chassis, it's actually the body. And how they're packaged, if you can see right behind me, if I can get out of the way, you got those clear plastic bags. You have a transparent one and you have a green one. Hook Road and many other manufacturers, when they send their steps or rock sliders or whatever to packaging, they always identify left and right by the color of the bag. Hook Road actually took another step. They actually stamped right here on the mounting point an R or an L. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you probably can. For left and right to identify passenger side and driver side. So this is the right side. So this is more definitely the passenger side, which is probably the side that we're going to do right now. So let's go ahead and get ready. We're going to go ahead and remove the rocker guards. Now the rocker guards that I got were a gift from a buddy of mine with a Rubicon. V-Notch is not a Rubicon, but the factory rocker guards fit any model, whether it be another Rubicon, a Sport, or a Sahara. So we're going to go ahead and remove all that our hardware, move the rocker guard out of the way. We're going to grab the new hardware that came with these steps or rock sliders and install these super quick. And all we need is a 10mm socket, a 13mm socket, and a ratchet. Now I've done this with hand tools before. Both sides could be done within half an hour. I'm going to go ahead and use my power ratchet just to save me a little bit of time. Okay, so actually sitting at the passenger side, this is what we're talking about here. Now most vehicles, like let's say a Sport, wouldn't come with rocker guards, but this is what we're talking about here. And these are actually held on by 3 mounting points. Similar to the Hook Road, where it's got 2 bolts per mounting point on the pinch weld and 1 going up on the body. And the factory ones have them 3 times, 1 in the front, 1 in the center, 1 in the rear, versus the Hook Road that only have 2, 1 in the front and 1 in the rear, which is still suffice as far as like weight and attachment capabilities, because I'm sure Hook Road has tested them, or else they wouldn't be on the market. But now let's go ahead and take a look down here at the bottom, and I'm going to show you where I'm going to disconnect these so I can drop these and then mount the new rock sliders. Alrighty, so here we find ourselves under the passenger side. Now we're looking for the 3 mounting points. You got one here for the front, you got this one right here, and you got this one right here. Now all 3 of them are the same. You have 1 bolt going up, and you got 2 going on the side of the pinch welds. And wow, look at, oh wow, there's a lot of filth down here. Let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm gonna play this safe. As I mentioned, we only need 2 sockets. We need a 13mm and a 10mm. So I figure I'm gonna remove the ones on the pinch weld first to get those out of the way, and then I'll do the 3 that are going upwards on the body. That should save me some time and be a little bit more careful as I remove these. And so long as I am right here, let's do these first. These should be like super quick, I hope. Okay. All right, now for the fun part. We're gonna go ahead and take off the 3 going upward. And this is gonna release this rocker guard and it's gonna come down. So I'm gonna do 2 relatively quick, and the 3rd one I'm gonna be more careful about it, but I'm gonna get out from under here just so I don't hurt myself. I hope this is it. I don't know, is that it? Yeah, that's it. I'm a dumbass. Oh, there goes a nail. All right, so I got my screw and my nut. Okay, so all of these sets are identically the same. I got 3 of the large ones, I got 1, 2, I got 6 of the small ones. Now it's all about being careful and pulling these apart. And of course, I'm such a hypocrite. Why am I not wearing my gloves? Oh, the fabulous feature of all that mud and dirt holding all this business together. You got extra washers coming out from somewhere. That's curious. I don't remember putting them in. Let's see what the holdup is on the other side. My God, look at all this filth. Okay, caked with a lot of dirt. That's probably what's going on here. It is like super packed. There it is. Super packed. And that's it. That's how she comes down. Oh, and more washers. Very curious. Wonder where these came from. Huh. Let me see. Yeah. Mucho odd indeed, man. There's another one. I'll be hunting for these as I clean up the area. I wonder where they're from. Here's another one. Alrighty, but let's keep on moving forward. Let's go ahead and get rid of this rocket guard, put it to a side, and let's bring in the new rock slider. I want to show you how we install it real quick, which is pretty much the opposite of how we took this one off. You know, it's just going to look a lot more modern, a lot cleaner. Well, figuratively speaking, it's a lot cleaner. I know that this is caked with dirt and mud, but let's go ahead and pull this one to a side. Alrighty, with the new side step or rock slider kind of in place, we are looking for 2 locations, the mounting point in the front and the mounting point in the back, and I believe I found them. Now this is going to be a little awkward. I got to balance this on my knees while I try and set in the larger bolts that are going upward, and once those are somewhat secure, then I can do the smaller ones that actually go on the pinch welds, and this is going to be like super easy install once that's done. And all it is 6 bolts, 3 up front, 3 in the back. Let's go ahead and try and fit these so we can knock that out. Okay, so I'm gonna cradle them on my knees first. Now, if I can kind of guide myself by the holes of the pinch welds, that should be pretty good. Alrighty, so from this point right here, all we got to do is just tighten up the bolts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in reverse order from dismounting the rocker guards. I'm going to go through the larger bolts, and I'm going to go upwards with those, and then I'll come back and I'll do the smaller bolts on the pinch welds, and I'll tighten those up. Now, the reason I'm doing that is for spacing reasons. I want to make sure that I can go ahead and get these tightened up as best I can, and all secure without any gap in the tightening, which it probably go the same both ways. Maybe I should do the pinch weld ones. Yeah, you know what? Scratch that. I'm going to do the ones on the pinch weld first, and then I'm going to go upward on the bolts. All right, and there it is. One side rail or rock slider installed. I'm gonna do the exact same thing, everything I did on this side to the driver's side, and we're gonna go ahead and get that knocked out relatively quickly. Whew, alrighty folks, we're all done. Now, this is a super easy job. Like I said, even with hand tools, you can get this done in about half an hour. Super, super quick. I decided to use power tools because I got so many projects lined up between finishing the front bumper of this. Actually, I'm gonna do more in the front. Okay, spoiler alert, I'm gonna give it to you. We're gonna go ahead and, of course, finish the front bumper. We're gonna change the grille. We are going to delete the fenders, just get rid of them completely, and see where we go from there. Plus, I got a whole bunch of other projects lined up for Defiant, and I'm running out of time because my vacation's over and I gotta go back to work. But for right now, let's take a look at the V-Notch on this recent upgrade on the side steps or rock sliders. Alrighty, so where the rock sliders were, now has these beautiful steps on the side. You know, same on the other side, and of course the old ones right there, they won't even fit in the box, they were so large, but I'm still gonna get rid of them. Alrighty, that's it for today's adventure. Thanks for hanging in. And if you're interested in for any one of these products here, I'm gonna leave a description or a link in the description below. And I do that to all my videos. Every time I work on something new with a new product, whether it be for Defiant, for V-Notch, anybody else's Jeep, if I'm working on something and there's products you may be interested, believe me, I always have a link. Unless I specifically tell you I don't have a link, there's always a link. But again, thanks for joining us. We loved having you with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Click that little bell. And of course, join us on all our social platforms. And please visit us at www.defiantjeep.com, where you can find all of your Jeep performance accessories, camping gear, and other merch. We'd love to see you on the trail.